Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete there to St. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Lance looking to throw it. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush to his right. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Here's Lance. Escape, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll go for it. Lance. That's to his running back, complete. He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mon looks to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Justin Matabike showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack. Mon. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center, because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 11. A give. This is Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Julian Okwara there to bring him down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And Lance's throw taken in by Hawkinson here. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Room here to run. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 101 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you win two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll run for it with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Lance going to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Again, it's Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On 1st and 10, here's Mond. Forced out to his left. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 118 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down at 7. Mond going to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They run it again with Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, it's Cook, and he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Mond looks to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Second and 10, Mond. They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Blankenship's kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Lance now on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Lance. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a fourth down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They run the counter with Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Mond. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And his throw is incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On play action, Lance. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on first down is Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw again on second down, Lance. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin? Most times, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Minnesota, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9.